You are so silly. Before I get started with the video, I just wanted to give a quick disclaimer that this video and probably my entire channel are not meant for kids. I'm going to be talking about dolls and their history and stuff, but I'm also going to be talking about related media that includes sensitive topics like BDSM, suicide, religious satire. I'll have a complete list of sensitive topics in the description and a timestamp you can stop watching at if you don't want to hear about that stuff. Say bye, Fern. Say bye-bye. Oh, yay. I move around so much, I'm not built for video essays. Anyways, created by Carter Bryant, the original creator of the Bratz dolls. Development on Pinkie Cooper started in 2009 when he and his sister Anjanette wanted to create a doll based on her real-life Cocker Spaniel named Pinkie Cooper. According to Bryant, Pinkie would be quote-unquote more sophisticated and less edgy than the Bratz dolls. Which I see. I think that these dolls were meant for a younger target audience, but I think it's really funny and ironic considering that Pinkie and Pepper, the adult comic created by Eddie Adams, in my opinion, is what brought Pinkie Cooper dolls into the spotlight, and they are not less edgy. You will see what I'm talking about. Apparently, Carter Bryant had to spend thousands of his own dollars on the development of these dolls. As the original creator of the Bratz dolls, you would think that companies really wanted to fund future projects of his. But I think because this one was so unique, there have not been many anthropomorphic fashion dolls, especially not dog girls. Actually, wait, there was one other. I'll talk about it later. But he was really invested in his courtship dog girls, and I have to thank him for that. The company that ended up producing the Pinkie Cooper dolls was the Bridge Direct. They did a lot of like movie dolls, like I think they did Lord of the Rings figures and things like that. Their most successful project though was these Justin Bieber dolls that pulled in apparently over $100 million. And with a success like that, you can understand why they wanted more doll lines in their portfolio. In the article I read, the CEO sounded really excited about Pinkie Cooper, but acknowledged what a risky move it was, and that it definitely had the potential to either break the mold like the Bratz did or flop. And it kind of did. I believe it was in March of 2014 that the doll stopped production, and I have a picture of one of the official emails sent out announcing that the dolls were no longer in production. I also have this Tumblr post that says there were still dolls in stock a year after discontinuing them. So they definitely were not in demand. Looking through old toy/doll blogs from this time, almost everyone who reviewed them enjoyed them and the quality of the dolls, but I think it was a case of doll collectors enjoying them while simply not enough kids were begging their parents to buy them anthropomorphic dog girls, especially when the Bridge Direct was counting on a big hit line to expand their doll roster. I mentioned earlier the untimely fate of the very few other anthropomorphic fashion dolls that have existed, and I'm going to touch on those. I found this blog post from April 2014 mentioning some really interesting lines. Patina the Poodle. She is a poodle fashion doll. She kind of slays. Her articulation is terrible. There's no way for her to not look awkward, but I think she's cute in 60s. Fast forward to the 2000s, and we got this atrocity. If I had a nickel for every time there was an anthropomorphic fashion doll with a pet that was the same species as them, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. There are 3 baddies in this pack of fashionista dogs. There is Pinkie Cooper, Pepper, and Ginger. I don't know why Pinkie Cooper is the only one with the last name. And I also don't know why Pinkie's pet, who is also a dog, the other girls also have pet dogs, but Pinkie's is named Lil Pinkie. They didn't even try to like get away from the weird gray moral areas they were creating with this, and I don't really know what to say about it. The name of Pepper's little dog is Saltine. Don't know why she's named after a cracker. And then Ginger has her loyal pet Sprinkles. True. The Webisode series has 7 episodes. They're only like 3 minutes long a piece. They follow Pinkie as she travels with her besties, Pepper and Ginger. Pinkie is a fashion blogger who talks a lot about her website and her Pinkie posts, which were actually accessible parts of the real Pinkie website that were little posts from Pinkie that were basically just ads for the Webisodes, but it was a cute little detail. Ginger is a fashion designer, and she is very resourceful. She's always sewing things out of scraps or curtains or whatever for the girls. She slays really hard. If I had had access to these dolls as a kid, she would have been my favorite because I have always loved sewing and designing clothes and just like making stuff from the things around me, so she's really cute. I really love Pepper. She's a stylish DJ, and that's kind of her whole thing. She's just kind of a cool fashionista DJ. She's definitely coded to be not white. Her pup has these really cute little like afro puffs for ears, like space buns, and they're really cute. They handle her not being white very weirdly and often describe her on the official website as like having an ethnic style, which I don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. And they also call her spicy a lot. I don't really know what's up with that. I don't think that's necessarily the designer's fault, but the handling of her character is questionable at best. And she honestly just deserves more depth. And I wish they had let her have different hair textures like her dog. Something I'll talk about in a second, the actual dolls, their hair was interchangeable. So she could have had all these cute different hairstyles, and it makes me really sad they didn't take advantage of that. Are you spicy, Fern? All of that to say, Pepper deserves better. The Webisodes are all cutie little low-stakes adventures where the girls bond. I think they're really cute. All 2010s doll lines had a show of some sort, or like Webisodes, to go along with the dolls to try to, you know, build up the backstory, sell more dolls. I understand. And these ones could be a lot worse. They're pretty cute. I also thought I'd do just a quick run through of some of the site because it's very cutie. I have a couple bits of the original version of the site just showcasing the dolls, and then the updated version once the Webisodes came out, and they made all of the graphics match the Webisodes and like the aesthetic run all the way through. The website's no longer accessible, but you can see quite a bit of it on the Wayback Machine. I wanted to bring attention to on this activities part of the site, there are these Minecraft core cubic origami versions of the girls' pets that are just really uncanny, and I don't like them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The staple and original release of the dolls was the runway set, showing all 3 girls dolled up and ready for the runway. Then there was the travel fashions, which are 3 different versions of Pinkie. It's the London travel fashion set, the Beverly Hills edition, and finally the essential Paris version. I fear this era was nearing the height of the Paris craze that I distinctly remember as a child. That could be a whole other video. Some other releases include the night out fashion packs that are just fancy outfits for each doll with a different theme. Pinkie's theme is vintage, Pepper's is a benefit gala, Ginger's is a dance recital gala, I guess. There was also a Paris scooter and a wardrobe case. This is the Pinkie Cooper doll that I have. She is the Beverly Hills edition from like the travel set. She is not complete. I got her for $30 or $40 on eBay, which is like the cheapest you can find these dolls, and I fixed her up a little bit. But anyways, she has her gorgeous brown and blonde hair. I love their faces so much. Look at her eyes. She's beautiful. Her cutie little heart birthmark that they all have is adorable. Hello, serving face. I love just the paint. Like, there's not often a lot of like kind of airbrush details on mass-produced dolls. The outfit, I have mixed feelings on. This is definitely not my favorite outfit from the whole series, but it's very cute. It's very 2000s, early 2010s. They always have these bedazzled the fuck out belts. And she has like cheetah print leggings, silly little booties. One of my favorite features on the entire dolls is that their hair is detachable.
Oh my gosh! She's bald!
I'm gonna make her brunette. Oh my god. They sold multiple sets of different hair colors that you could get for your dolls. She's so cute. Oh my god. There is blushing on their joints. Her little cheeks, her little pink, like what? She is so cute. Girl, what? Well, that's what her feet look like. Her legs are rubbery, so that the articulation, like the joint is hidden under the rubber. And this texture is like nigh impossible to get clothes over. Sorry, girl, I know. Look at her cutie little blush knees. Like, what the fuck? That is so cute. Never noticed she has a little belly button. She has a little outie belly button. I don't know if you can really see that in the details. So true. So true. I also really love the eyelashes on these dolls. Like, as far as doll lashes go, these are pretty cute. And they're not just like the block of eyelashes that come on like American Girl dolls. Pretend I put her pants back on. I have Pinkie in the Pinkie and Pepper inspired little costume I made her. Is she slaying? Pinkie and Pepper is a gorgeous comic by Eddie Adams, originally published in 2018 and later published by Silver Sprocket. Please go read it. It's pretty short. It is up for free on their website. I have it linked in the description. I love it. If you're a lesbian, dog girl, nostalgia freak, religious imagery enjoyer, pretentious art bitch, any of the above, you will love it. I won't get too into details so you can still read and enjoy the plot, but the basic premise is dog girlfriends in art school, and Pinkie, spelled Pinky, in this iteration rather than Pinkie, like the official doll line, is very frustrated by people not taking her art seriously. She's a very tortured artist, and her final art project leads her to hell, where her girlfriend Pepper eventually follows. I love Eddie Adams' interpretation of the dolls as these characters. They hold the charm of the original dolls in new ways. I adore the art style, and this sculpture I assume Eddie made to accompany the comic. I love the way Pinkie has been repainted to look like Eddie's version of her. My favorite reference in the whole comic is that the ferryman that takes the girls to hell is inspired by River Styx from Monster High. Hashtag special interest crossover. River Styx is such a cool doll with limbs you can see her bones through. Oh my god, I wish I had her. Anyways, I think wrapping up the video by talking about Pinkie and Pepper and the impact that Pinkie Cooper and the Jet Set Pets had not only on the doll community, but the art and queer communities, which there's obviously a lot of overlap in, is very fitting. Someday I'll make a video essay about how Pinkie and Cooper is a great example of queer people combining nostalgia from their childhoods with their identity as adults. And how a lot of us didn't get to live our childhoods the way we should have. A lot of us didn't get to be carefree kids. I personally wasn't allowed to play with many dolls and had lots of serious childhood traumas that kept me from letting myself play and enjoy my childhood interests for long. As an adult, I collect dolls and toys I either wanted as a kid or that capture my inner child now. And this line definitely has. Thank you for sticking all the way to the end if you're here. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Stay silly, stay slay, stay Pinkie.